Let us make some githeri. This is one of my favorite dishes and I'm going to make this for International Sabbath. So I started out with some corn, which is semi-soft. I soaked this in hot water for about 30 minutes. I also used 1 part pinto beans and 1 part garbanzo beans. And I just tried to pick out any of the obstacles that will be in there, and then I rinsed it off under running water. When I was finished with that, I transferred it into a bowl and just let it sit there for a few minutes, and then I rinsed it off again under running water. I also rinsed off the corn, as you can see. The reason for rinsing off is to just make sure there's no residues and you remove any extra starch which may be present. I then combined everything together in a bowl before transferring them into my crock pot. So this is the crock pot I'm using, and I'm just going to transfer everything in there and then fill it up with water up to the mark. There's a mark that tells you do not fill past here. Of course, I just closed it and set it at the multi-grain. I always put 50 minutes and just let that work. It's magic. I always use peanuts for githeri, but due to allergies, I'm going to skip that. As you can see, the githeri is ready, and this is just the first step of it, making sure they're soft. So let's prep the other ingredients. We use some carrots, cilantro, potatoes, tomatoes, and a large onion. I just got everything prepped. As you can see, my carrots are ready, potatoes, tomatoes, and even my onions are already diced. I was going to use my veggie processor for the carrots, but I found out that they were too large, so I went ahead and did the manual grating. Let's start by browning the onions. So that's ready, and I ended up blending my tomatoes, which makes it easier to cook. Mix that and then let it simmer for about 3 minutes on low. Here I am just prepping my carrots and it's all ready. When that was done, I added in my potatoes and a little bit of just water to let it simmer with that. Because they're hard, I let it cook for a little bit. And I used up some spices, githeri masala, cardamom, turmeric, all the ingredients that I could find in my cabinet. No, just kidding. I measured those in my bowl and then I added in some water just to help them mix well before I added it to the pot. Next, I added in some grated carrots and I just stirred that real good until it was well incorporated. I added in a little water, just enough to cover the potatoes, and let it cook, stirring in between, making sure they don't stick together. Next, I added in the githeri, the cooked githeri. I just added everything because it was all that I needed for the day. I evened that out and then I just let it cook on low heat for about 5 to 10 minutes. When that was ready, I just stirred it up, making sure everything is well mixed and nothing is sticking together. And you can see the potatoes are already soft. Next, I added in a portion of the cilantro. I love my cilantro in the mixture just for the aroma and to make everything taste so good. All you can see, it's already cooked. I let it simmer for another 2 minutes just for the cilantro to sieve through. And I transferred that into my crock pot that was ready for the congregation to enjoy. Let me tell you, this sold out real good. It was tasty and everybody who ate it was in love with it. And the good thing is it's vegetarian, so even if you don't like meat or you don't like any other processed foods, this here is easy to accomplish. Thank you so much. Bye.